So once we knew we had our friend's truck back up and running, we left together and left Alaska and entered into Canada and drove as far as Haines Junction. And once we got to Haines Junction, they got a campsite for the night. We loaded up with water and dumped our sewer and we continued on. It was always our plan to separate at one point or another, and we kind of had that scoped out. We wound up accelerating that a little bit, leaving a little bit early. They wanted to spend more time in Canada than we did, so we went ahead and parted ways there in Haines Junction. And we went on and we drove some long days because the boys were wanting to get back to Hart Ranch in South Dakota before Labor Day so they could spend the end of summer, it's kind of the end of summer big bash at the resort, and they wanted to be able to see and play with their friends and hang out and take part in all the fun activities that they do for end of summer. So we drove long hard days, really from Tok, Alaska all the way to Rapid City, South Dakota. We did spend a couple of nights in Montana. I have a cousin and an aunt and an uncle that live in Bozeman now, and I hadn't seen them for a few years, and it was a pleasure to get to stop and see them and visit with them for a few hours. Really enjoyed that. And then we boogied on down to Rapid City.
I keep waiting for you to call. I'm thinking that I'm gonna need a miracle. Wasted again. I tell my friends I'm feeling like you're coming, 'cause I feel the sun. I'm waiting for the special touch you give. I'm needing it more than I ever did. I don't wanna be a sacrificing love. For you I will. You should be here with me. No wasting time, yeah, you've been on my mind. Don't overthink it, you were there from the start when my heart became yours. Don't say we're over, you should be here with me. I'm waiting for the special touch you give. I'm needing it more than I ever did. I don't wanna be a sacrificing love.
I'd ordered a new window for the window that got broke, and it's here in the box, so I'm hoping it's gonna work, hoping it's the right one. Alright, ta-da, frameless window. Dakota. We're at Hart Ranch. It's the resort that the boys love so much. Got a nice spot right across from center court. So there's all the pickleball courts. The rec center's right over there. The swimming pool's right there. So it's a nice location. Well, good morning. So if you remember, I talked about cracked wheels. We had a cracked wheel on our RV, and I said I was going to get them replaced when I got back to the lower 48. Well, now I have two cracked wheels. I think we were in Montana when it cracked, and tire slowly leaked down to nothing. But thank goodness for TPMS, I was alerted right away and we changed it out. So anyway, there's the second one that's cracked. The first one that cracked is up there. It's got one of my old spares on it, and we put an epoxy patch on that one. And as far as I know, it's still holding. I don't have a TPMS monitor on it, so not entirely sure, but I think it's still holding. So that'll be today's mission: get new rims. So hopefully that all goes smoothly and well and easy, and we'll get that taken care of today. Here to get our new rims for the fifth wheel. This is Seth. He's the mastermind. He's going to change the tire, demount our tires off our old Lion's Head wheels and mount them on the new Bore wheels. Telling Seth that we just got back from Alaska. He said he's headed to Alaska next week. Good thing I got here when I did, huh?
Yeah.
How long you been doing this, Seth?
Since I was 13.
And how old are you now?
22. About 9 years. Go. Right here.
Beads, yeah.
Beads, yep. Those are glass beads.
Okay.
So they're a recycled bead. They won't degrade like the ones that kind of eventually turn into powder.
Okay.
So those won't.
So when I spent the big money on these Continentals, I decided I wanted them balanced,
Yeah.
to do the best I could for preventing unusual wear. 125 then.
And if you notice those wearing a little funny, especially in the middle, that's where they would wear if it's too much pressure. Then you can reduce it. These two are done.
I like to hand start them all, and then I take the impact, cordless impact, and put it on low and just snug them, just run them up, and then go through with the torque wrench and smarter, work smarter, not harder. One.
For you to go, I'm thinking that I'm gonna need a miracle. Wasted again, I told my friends I'm feeling like you're coming, 'cause I feel the sun.
Oh, is that your plan?
I'm waiting for the special touch you give. listen loud. Before you I will.
Well, we're still in South Dakota. Labor Day's over. The resort's about half empty now. There was quite a few people out here. Right after Labor Day, they had some reunion for folks that worked or were in the Air Force and were part of the Minuteman missile group out here in the 70s and 80s. They're having a reunion. I'll bet there was probably close to 100 people around for that. But that's pretty well over now. So they're clearing out, and it's pretty quiet. Not much going on, not very many kids because they're all back in school. So I think our boys are going to get kind of bored, but they haven't said they want to leave yet. I've tried to talk them into taking off, and they were not too excited about that either. So we've been here for Labor Day, and now, like I said, Labor Day's over, and it's the summer's winding down, and it's time to start heading back to Florida. So we're gonna stop in Sydney and Cheyenne, and then we'll start working our way south to Florida. It won't take us too long. Them boys get anxious once we start heading down the road. They want to get home. I'm sure they miss their rooms and their beds and the comfort of home and their normal routine. And it's time to get back to studying again. Not that they haven't, they've done homeschool, road school, if you will. They've learned a lot, of geography, learned a lot of different diverse things in Canada and Alaska. Very cool experience, something you can't teach in a classroom. So I think they got a lot of value out of that, a lot of educational value out of that trip. But anyway, it's about time to start heading south and get them back into their normal routine. And I got lots of chores to do when I get home. Some things on the rig still need worked on, and a lot of things at home always need worked on when you're gone for months at a time. There's always things waiting for you when you get back, as you all know. So that's your update for this week. Hope you all are doing well, and we'll see you next time. So from Rapid City, that's a wrap.
Wasted again. I tell my friends